I just got back from a really nice spin down the coast. Evening time is quite nice, less traffic, and it's not quite as hot and dusty. Now, I'm going to be doing, theoretically, a more extensive hazard awareness video. What qualifies me to do a hazard awareness video? Simple. I'm a biker. I'm not a car driver. There is a massive, massive difference between somebody who drives a car and rides a bike occasionally and someone who only rides a bike. If you're splitting your transport, you're splitting your skill set. If you're spending the most of your time in a car, then you're going to ride a bike with the mentality of a car driver. You can tell this at a glance from all the people going around riding bikes with their lights on full beam. That is a sure sign that somebody spends most of the time in a car. If you've got your lights blinding people, how can someone see you? I have yet to meet anyone else on a bike who actually just has a bike license, with the exception of kids, just waiting to get their car license. All of these people that do teaching are shit. Every single one that I've seen who's a qualified instructor hasn't got a clue. They ride these lovely big adventure bikes and they never go off-road. They avoid steep hills because I've seen them fall over. The most common place where they fall over is in this area, which is southwest Somerset, is Porlock Hill and Lynmouth Hill. They avoid those two hills like the plague because they do not have the skills to ride on a steep hill on a tight bend. They just can't do it. And I've seen them fall over so many times, and that's how they're teaching people. Now, my qualification is pretty simple. I got my bike license back in 1986, 86 or 87, I got my provisional. I finally got around to passing my test, eventually, around about 92, I think it was 91 and 92. I got a full license. I'd been riding bigger bikes before then, but I basically forgot. So I've been riding bikes legally and ish since 1986. I have never, ever gone on the road, ridden a motorbike without going over the speed limit. That's just the way I ride. But having said that, and this is not said with complete arrogance, this is said with just pure honesty. I have never caused an accident involving another person, period. I've damaged a lot of people on the road. I've damaged a lot of vehicles on the road and a few buildings, but that was intentional. I've never done it by accident. And it's not because I've got some sort of super skills or anything like that, or anything special about me. It is very simple. I only ride bikes. That means my skill set on the road is 100% motorcycle. As opposed to all these other people on the road, their skill set is split between cars, buses, anal probes, shuttles, bikes, whatever. Their skill set is split. So therefore, they're never going to be as good as somebody who only rides bikes. Now, by good, I don't mean going fast. By good, I don't mean getting your knee down on a track day. By good, I mean able to use the road safely at speed without endangering other people. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll see I ride fast. Yes, I also manipulate my videos so they cannot be used as evidence. But I don't make contact with other vehicles unless I intend to. I've gone past vehicles. I'm not saying how fast I've gone. I'm not saying how fast they're going. But there would have been a combined speed at the point of passing of 180 miles per hour. I'm not saying who was going faster or who was going slow, but that was a combined speed of 180. That was fairly easy because there was a big bloody sign up that measures your speed. And yet there was no physical contact, and we were 3 inches apart. There's a video of this on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to say where, but you can find it for yourself. It's all down to your skill. You got to time things. You got to be aware of hazards. Hazards are everything. It's not just one thing or certain things. You have to limit your risk. You have to calculate in a second what is going to happen. Well, I overtake people, and yeah, my knee will wobble from the wind of another vehicle because I get that close. But I get close, I don't touch unless I want to. You have to calculate how fast you can accelerate to get past the vehicle. You have to calculate that vehicle, how fast, if it turns out to be a cunt, can it accelerate to stop you from overtaking? How far across the road can it move if it decides to swerve into you? The easiest way to calculate some of this is to look in the back window and to see whether or not you can see the person in the mirror. If you can't see them in the mirror, back off. They might have blacked out windows. People don't have their black windows blacked out unless they're trying to hide something. It's that simple. That's why the police have blacked out windows, because they're cunts. If you look in the window or the mirrors and you can see them, if they're too busy arguing with a passenger, you can get past, they won't notice. If they're focused dead ahead, you can get past, they won't notice until it's too late. But if they're eyeballing you in the mirror, or if they're waving you past, don't do it. Because that means they're aware of you and they're going to react to you. You have to calculate how far you can get down that road before a vehicle can come round a bend at, say, 150% of the speed limit. Because that's what you've got to expect. You have to expect everybody on the road that you can't see to be doing 150% of the speed limit. You have to expect the worst. How far can they travel before you complete your manoeuvre? How much of a gap have you got between the white line and the car you're overtaking? A lot of the time, I don't cross the white line. I just go between the car and the white line because there's plenty of space to get through. You don't have to make contact. You haven't got to scare the crap out of them. You just go past. By the time it's done, it's done. But you also have to expect vehicles coming towards you to be on the wrong side of the road. You got to bear in mind, these people in their cars with their crumple zones and their airbags, they've been conditioned for decades that all they have to say is, did not see you. And they can kill you, and all they'll get is a few points on their license. You have to expect the worst for everything. I'm going to try and do this video. It's going to be a pain in the ass if it came out. I strap the camera to the nose of the bike, and I'm just going to point out the hazards as I see them when I ride. I'll try and do a voiceover if I can be asked. It's going to take a while to do. And with my internet, cheapest internet on the country, £10.7p for unlimited broadband per month. So yeah, I'm going to do a more extensive hazard awareness video rather than just doing little clips here and there. Today there was no sheep. There was goats, a really cute baby goat, but there was no sheep or horses on the moors. Normally there are. And there you always have to expect sheep to be doing their SAS commando bit. No, I don't mean shagging Irish people in the ass. I mean hiding in the hedges, ready to jump out at you. You always got to expect it. And you've got to time it just right if you're going to beat the horn. I've shown a video of this before where I had sheep, and there was one, it saw me, and I could see it was getting ready to jump across the road. If I would have sounded my horn then, it would have wobbled off and panicked. If I didn't sound my horn, it could have wobbled off and darted into the road, which it did actually do. You got to time it just right so the horn will scare the crap out of it and it will go in the opposite direction. So when I was sounding my horn, it was as it was about to hit the bike. I was doing like 65-ish up in the moors. So that will be a video that should take a long time to do, should take quite a while to upload, and if I can be asked. If you're going to go for an instructor to teach you how to ride, you want someone to do it from a rider's perspective. Not a driver's perspective, a rider's perspective. You want someone to teach you how to ride a bike, find someone who has a motorcycle license. I've got a motorcycle license, not a car license, with a motorcycle extra, because pretty much all these guys out there and gals out there on motorbikes have never taken a motorcycle test. Never. All they've done is their car test, which enables them to ride a motorbike. They might have to do an online click course. But that's it. They don't actually have any real qualifications or real world qualifications to ride a motorcycle on the road. And the training courses, the government sanctioned training courses, first of all, you can only do it if you have a car license. It sums up pretty much how shit it is. Also, you don't actually have to ride a bike or own a bike to become a motorcycle teacher. All you've got to do is have a car license, apply online, and do an online form or a little course online. You don't actually need to have a bike. or a bike license to become a bike instructor, which I think is pretty fucking sick and not in a good way. If you're going to try and get someone to teach you, find someone who only rides bikes, not some prick who looks like he's a reject from the Sons of Anarchy, reliving his glory days. I used to ride bikes all the time. Yeah, right, yeah. You're in a fucking Range Rover. I'm 50s, over 50s. I've had crippling injuries from a few years back. My hips, ankles, wrists have all been smashed. Nerves, tendons, ligaments have all been fucked. I still ride, and I still ride safely. It might look dangerous the way that I ride, but I don't endanger anyone else unless I want to. I'm quite proud of the fact that I've been on bikes for 36 years, and I've never injured another person by accident. I put plenty of rock through car screens. I've smashed off countless wing mirrors. I've actually got out, picked up a brick and chased down people. There's this one car over in near Taunton. Their vehicle registration is a fake, because I actually checked it online. Dubs is called, the vehicle registration. And he actually goes out looking for motorbikes to kill, to smash off the road. That's why he's got a fake plate on his crappy old car, and he will actually try and smash you off the road. Yeah, shan't say what I did to him. There's a lot of people who do this. I don't know what reason they actually have, other than the fact that they know they can get away with it. That even if they go and hunt you down and try to kill you, and do kill you, the worst they're going to get is points on their license. There's another one over, I think it's near Watchet, guy with a white van, and he actually hunts down people on bikes and drives them off the road and tries to reverse over them. The police won't do anything. So I was putting this video, I haven't a fucking clue. Chips. I need chips.